Good afternoon. It's Lorraine at Wellness Gathering, and today we're on week 5 of Happiness, the Steps to Success. This is a 6-week course, and it's hosted by my lovely daughter, Lynn Hilderman, and she's going to lead us in our 6th lesson. Lynn, take it
Fifth,
away.
fifth lesson.
Fifth lesson.
This is number 5. So we've been talking about happiness and what it means and applying it with what they call the 5 steps to success, which is knowing what you want it for, asking for it, showing up, keeping your word, and having a natural attitude of gratitude along the way. Mm-hmm. So we've been working on this over the last 5 weeks. And today we are going to be looking at traveling the distance with happiness and what that means. So we're going to start with the question. So the question for tonight is, what is a dream vacation for you? And say where you are and say the question out loud and then answer it with the first thing that comes up. So my name is Lynn and I'm in Calgary, Alberta. And what is a dream vacation for me? Well, a dream vacation for me is one that is out in nature, where I'm free to be out in the elements, perhaps by a body of water of some sort. And I'm also, when it comes to being fed and nourished, there's like an amazing buffet of nutritious foods that I can just choose from without having to prepare, and that, you know, I can take the time to nurture myself, get up early, commune with the elements, and just be on the shores of either a river or a lake or the ocean. So that's a dream vacation for me. Madeline?
Hi, Madeline. I'm in Calgary, Alberta. And what is a dream vacation for me? Well, I've had lots of vacations, I'm happy to be able to say. And a dream vacation for me would be going somewhere that was a little bit self-contained, in warm weather, and have water. Definitely an ocean would be preferable, and have it be contained so that my family all could come and that we could hang around and be together for, you know, a week or 2 weeks and have lots to do, lots to see. So like a new place that or an old place that I've been to before, but maybe some of my family hasn't seen before, something like that, just to have that away time with family. I would really enjoy that.
Awesome, thank you. Lorraine?
Okay, I'm Lorraine. I'm in Soyuz, British Columbia, and my dream vacation, I think I'd be something like you, Lynn. I'd like to go to a nice, energized spa where they, you know, serve real whole foods, give massages, and you know, something close, of course. But there are places in California that would be ideal. But there's one here in, is it Vernon, BC? And they have this villas up on the mountains in British Columbia here. And they, I guess they've got crystals and massages, and it's really, really nice. I've seen it online, and I think that would be something that I didn't have to, you know, go and sightsee and see all sorts of artifacts and things, but to be pampered, to be really pampered, and, you know, have my toenails done, my fingernails done, eyes plucked, and, you know, oh yeah, but a nice banquet, a nice good salt food. So that would be my ideal vacation.
Awesome, thank you. Hattie Jane? So we're just introducing, so say your name, say where you are, and the question for today is, what is a dream vacation? So say the question and answer with the first thing that comes up.
Or join Lorraine. I'm Hattie Jane Derricott. I'm in the US down near Washington, DC, little area called Falls Church, Virginia. And truly, Lane, that's exactly what I thought of that I'd like to do as the only thing on a vacation territory, because every day is a vacation to me down here.
What would be different
What would be different?
for you? How-
The pampering,
Got it.
pampering. Ooh, yes. Ooh.
Got it. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So we have been focusing on these last few weeks on what happiness means to us and how we're showing up more with happiness as we know what we want it for. So what is it that you have been noticing as you've been taking this journey through the past 5 weeks? Madeline?
What I've been noticing, well, certainly more of my attention going to my intention of recognizing when I am happy and making a very conscious effort when I'm out and about in the world, when something tweaks me, say, in the wrong way, that I am conscious of it being, am I just allowing this external influence because I have forgotten to kind of juice myself up and be the solid, happy person that I know I am. And is it where, so then I become very aware of, oh, well, I haven't put enough emphasis on how I feel. And that's, it brings it back to having it be much more in my attention. So,
Well,
yeah.
so noticing it then and then keeping yourself juiced up.
Yeah. Juiced up.
Awesome. Hattie Jane, what have you been noticing over the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks?
That gratitude has helped me relax into allowing happiness to happen.
Mm,
I think,
got it.
did I freeze you? I'm sorry.
Say that again.
That working on gratitude a great deal has allowed me to relax into letting happiness happen.
Got it. Nice. Just into it, hey? Cool. Lorraine?
Well, what I've noticed that it's becoming much easier to be happy and grateful for the things that are happening, and even the silly things or the negative things that happen, you can be happy with those thoughts too. I've discovered that, darn it, be happy with those thoughts, but because it gets the old adrenaline going and the endorphins and all the juices just making your thoughts a little bit better. And I think it's just looking out the window and looking at nature makes you happy. So yeah, it's becoming much easier because we've been talking about it, and it really is much easier to do.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I've been noticing is that it's like a choice moment to moment, and it's well, like you said, Madeline, it's like I'm noticing where my thoughts are, and that I can be in a heavier frame I'm going to call it, it seems a heavier frame for me. And then I'm thinking, what am I choosing here? And sometimes it is about just pausing and reflecting on that current heaviness and then having a good chuckle about it, and then choosing something else, or just being okay with both the heavy and the light, because sometimes it just is that, but it's very quick to change if I really ask another question or choose something different. Make another choice.
Mm.
Choice creates awareness. And so that's kind of what I've been noticing as well. So what is it that you're wanting to create with more happiness now? Lorraine?
Okay. What I want to create with happiness now, it's just going from making my day more pleasant, and if I, and just, I think it's just making it easier for me to be in that state that just, it makes you feel happy. It makes you feel content. It makes you feel relaxed. You're more fluid, and I think, I think that's so important, just to get those brain waves just going in that direction. Anyway, it's a tricky question.
Got it. Hattie Jane? What are you wanting
I want
to?
to use the awareness and the reality of how the mood can really affect my ability to do the things that I want to do and do the things I need to do, and make the changes for what I need to do to be part of what I want to do.
Got it. That shifting from need and want. We often, when our needs are met, often our wants are easier to achieve. Sometimes if we,
Also,
right?
coasting along, it's like, that's kind of, you can make yourself real kind and comfy, but you got to get some things done that when coasting, you don't get them done.
I got it. Got it. Got it. Madeline?
Well, I've been trying to think of the right word for, how when you say that you love something that, no matter what, you're always going to love it. So unrequited, that's not the right word. Whatever the word is, doesn't matter what happens. That's what I want with happiness, just not having it be wavering, and exactly what you just said, like about Lynn, about the just recognizing that when it is not there, that it's okay to be okay with it. So that understanding, unrequited is not the right word, but it's like one of those words.
That's a good word. I wonder what that word means.
Unrequited. I don't know. It's just one that popped up. Here, I'll look it up.
You might have to write it down, look it up for us. So unwavering. So unwavering happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unwavering happiness.
Yeah. Well, when I think of, creation, I think of, I'm going to be creating something regardless whether I'm consciously aware that I'm creating it or not. So I would like to have more fluidity, is the word that comes up for me, around creating things more joyfully, rather than looking at things as, this is what I have to do, this is what I'm choosing to do, this is what I'm loving to do, this is what I've asked for, this is what I'm choosing. And so how to make it more fluid in those day-to-day or moment-to-moment choices. So what is it that you really know you want to be doing from these past sessions? Madeline, you want to go?
Well, I want to be continuing focusing on stuff because what you focus on, you get more of. So if, if it is through real want, and the joy of wanting it rather than the fear of not having it, which is a completely different scenario, then focusing on what you want, focusing on what makes you feel good, really makes sense to me.
Got it. What was it? So a joy of wanting as opposed to, what was the other one? As opposed to?
The fear of not having something.
Fear of not having, that's right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Got it. That's one of the principles of core alignment is am I moving towards something I want, or am I moving away from something I don't want?
Mm-hmm.
That's often, noticing, where my reference point. Hattie Jane, what about you? What is it you really want from these paths?
You asking me or Hattie Jane?
Hattie Jane.
I'm sorry, can you tell me again? Ask this again.
What is it that you really want to be doing from these past sessions?
I would, again, integrating all parts of it into an active, ongoing reality.
Mhm.
And as you all see, I'm stretching out. Okay, I can stay up, so stretch out and stood to participate. Cool. And then here comes the cat.
Nice. That's awesome.
But it's like accepting that whatever I'm doing it with full intent. And that if I have to stretch out, I can stretch out and still participate. I still get things done and thoroughly enjoy doing it.
Awesome.
And just keep it going.
That's so awesome. Thank you. It's funny, I had a call, we were away this weekend and we had a call with my husband's niece, who is the same age as us. And well, we just randomly called her. She Facebooked us, she phoned me and she was in the bathtub. It was so funny. So there we were in this hotel room and she's in the bathtub and we talked for like 45 minutes. It was just hilarious. So, why not? To me, that brings more joy. Stretching out and just being where you're at is, this is how it is, right? Like in life, really, that's.
I think as a part of the gift of COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Our enforced isolation, our enforced thing has introduced those that are comfortable with it to the Zoom and to the interaction. And the forced isolation has opened us possibly to the fact that no matter where we are, no matter what's going on, we really can enjoy each other.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. All right. Lorraine?
What
is it you really want? Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I look forward to these little conversations because it really, I had a busy morning. I was listening to weird things on my, YouTube and things, but I signed up a customer, so I was very happy with that. And but I really look, and then I had my little nap. So I feel rejuvenated, and I really feel that I really look forward to these get-togethers because, as you say, Hattie Jane, it just makes the afternoon good, and you're focusing on something, and you've got your brains working, and you're alert, and we need all the help we can get in these situations. So, and I really appreciate, just chuckling and laughing about things that come to you. So it's like eating chocolate cake and ice cream for dessert. It really makes sense.
That's a good one.
Our breakfast.
Well, yeah. Well, what I really want to be doing from these past sessions really is sharing more of these principles with other people, because I think we're always gathering more information, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, and having an intention and having my focus go on what my intention is, it starts to create new neural pathways. And so I can still have the same pathways that I've always had, but I can also add more. So then my automatic reaction to always react the same way, the way I've always reacted in the past, gives me more option, and I start to lay down new muscles, new awareness that I can actually create a new neural path with more joy, with more happiness, the way, you know, just to create something new, and that we're always gathering information, mini, whatever, half hours we're laying down more evidence, gathering more resources to create new paths with joy and with happiness, regardless of the situation that we're in. So that's something that I want to do with these past sessions. So we have been focusing on the 5 steps to success, which is knowing what you want it for, asking for it, showing up, keeping your word, and having a natural attitude of gratitude, which we're doing all the time in little microcosm ways and also in bigger ways. And so with this one, you know, we were kind of looking at, you know, having more of that juiced up gratitude and relaxing more into this joyful flow of happiness in our lives, and knowing that it's a choice. So what will you take with you from this conversation that will support you until we talk again? Lorraine?
Well, what I'll take away is I'm sad to see that these sessions are all over. Will be over next week as the last one, but it just as you say, Lynn, it just creates more energy mentally, and reflect, you know, it just, the environment just seems to be lighter, and your soul seems to be lighter, and it's you know, the whole energy I find is very invigorated, and you feel more motivated into doing things.
Thank you. Hattie Jane? What will you take?
It's interesting. It's interesting that my recent reality has shown that I will have some things written down and plan and date them and looking forward to, and then miss the whole sucker. So it's like continuing to be able to, what they call, manage the calendar. I have no idea. But it's not hopeful, it's so reassuring to know that I can make the calendar trip, because they're there. I'll get there. Plan. So I just added my head for half an hour before the event and get up from where I am or what I'm doing and get to it. And then of course something comes up and then I get late, but got to. So it's like incorporating the gratitude, the happiness, all in an ongoing reality. It's my choice. I don't have to fit into other people's expectations or meet their goal, their lines. It's because I'm doing it.
Awesome. Madeline?
Well, I would say that what I will take with me, a renewed sense of understanding, for sure. The principles and practices are always developing more and more. I think the understanding is developing more and more in for me, and more, I can be more sure of how I feel about them, about where I am in my world, and like you said, Hattie Jane, that it's just for me, it's not for the rest of the world to comment on. So more sure in myself, I think.
Got it.
That's what I'll take away.
Awesome. Well, what I take away is this, one of the other principles that I'll share is that with these conversations, one of the things that we're doing is we're showing up consciously with our bodies. So we have our conscious body that's here and now. We come with this nice big suitcase of our subconscious thoughts, feelings, emotions, past experiences as well. And then, but with these conversations, we're actually aligning ourselves with our unconscious heart, which was there before we were conceived in our mother's womb. So part of our is coming together with an intentional focus, focusing on it, gathering information, and then aligning all the parts. So it's this conscious body, subconscious thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and unconscious heart. And when they all come together, more of my intuition, more of my resources can be there to create new paths. So what will you take with you that will support you for the rest of your life? Lorraine?
You know, as you were talking, Lynn, and describing all these subconscious and the conscious and the reality and things, it's like tidying up packing a suitcase, and you're very tidy about how you put the stuff in the suitcase, and things have to be folded just so and placed just so, and so that the suitcase would be closed. It's sorting out all the mishmash of things. You just don't toss something in. You make sure that things are really tidy and neat and don't come out wrinkled. So I think that's the analogy that I was thinking when you were talking about, you know, pathways and all these things that are in your life, and just keeping your suitcase or your dresser drawers neat and tidy.
Marie Kondo for the mind. Hattie Jane, what will you take with you that'll support you for the rest of your life?
I don't have to have a suitcase. And figure out how to do things when I get there.
Awesome. Madeline?
What I will take with me that will support me for the rest of my life. Well, I like the analogy of the suitcase. I think that's brilliant. And we've talked about baskets, filling up your basket before in other conversations. And I think it's just really good to remind ourselves that we have that power.
Nice. Awesome. So filling up our baskets and organizing our suitcase.
Suitcases.
And yeah.
And that we want to,
Yeah.
that nobody's making us do it.
And that joy of wanting, right? And the fear of,
Mhm.
opposed to the fear of not having, and relaxing into it, right? And allowing. Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
have a
Okay.
great week, and
Yeah.
there will be more to come after this this session. We're going to be focusing on something else after the happiness one, but we're going to be taking a break for the long weekend here in Canada anyways, and starting back probably in June.
Cool.
Anyways, have a great rest of your week. Focusing
Awesome.
makes you
Okay.
happy, what keeps you juiced up.
Okay.